Ladies and gentlemen, this is Abdullah from Freedom for All. In this video, I would explain one of the most fascinating concepts Neville Goddard figured out. As you can see in the title of the video, creation is finished. I really mean it is finished. If you understand this and apply this truth to your life would be a lot easier. Before I go and explain, I want to remind you two things. That creation is finished does not mean your desire is already manifested. Creation is finished does not mean the desired end is predetermined. This you would understand in the explanation hopefully. There are a few things to know to understand the truth behind the concept creation is finished. First off, everything exists as a possibility, and you are experiencing what you're experiencing now is only because your infinite awareness manifested it out of infinite other possibilities which also exist in you. For example, right now, you are doing something, be it sleeping or watching sports or watching the video at the moment. This is one possibility your infinite true self decided to step into or manifested out of infinite other possibilities that also exist. If there are infinite possibilities of each of the events, this means any situation that you can possibly perceive right now is already created. When it is said everything is created, it means they are created in your infinite consciousness. They are not already done, or they are not already manifested, or they are not predetermined. Anything you desire already exists in your infinite imagination. I am going to tell you what Neville said about it. He said, creation is finished. Nothing is ever to be created. It is only to be manifested. Creativeness is only a deeper receptiveness for the entire contents of all time and all space, while experienced in a time sequence actually coexist in an infinite and eternal now. This simply means every single thing exists now. This includes things that you desire, even things that you don't desire, and things that you are indifferent about. So what is your task here? Everything already is created and nothing is ever to be created. So your task is to bring them into existence, which you know as manifestation. So in order to manifest, you just gotta ask all from yourself. There is something Rumi said about it, and that is, everything in the universe is within you. Ask all from yourself. Now the question is, how do you ask? I personally think you can ask the way you find most natural. If you are convinced with the truth that creation of all your desired possibilities are finished, you would simply bring them with no effort or fear by seeing them into your mind's eye. The term mind's eye is also known as the eye of the heart or the third eye. You can see something with that when you are less attentive of the physical senses, or when you are less attentive of the things that your physical eyes reveal. Speaking about that, Rumi said, close your both eyes to see with the other eye. To see with the other eye means to see what you chose out of infinite possible creations with your spiritual eye, and to see with that your attention has to be more on the subjective world rather than objective world. Doing that, you get to choose what you are going to manifest out of infinite creations, and you manifest what you are aware of being, for your awareness is the only true power within you. Speaking of it, Neville Goddard said, the whole of creation exists in you, and it is your destiny to become increasingly aware of its infinite wonders and to experience ever greater and grander portions of it. When you know the truth that creation of all the possibilities that exist in you is finished, your task is to become aware of how wonderfully things are being manifested for you. Now, I'm going to tell you what happens when you accept and completely believe that creation is finished. There are a few things you may notice in yourself when you believe this truth. Those things are, your awareness is the one deciding your internal state as well as the outcome of your state. If you unconsciously dwell on any state, then you are not paying attention to awareness. You will find less or no reason to worry about circumstances, because you do know that circumstances don't depend on any external factor, rather than it is your own wonderful awareness that determines the future. Where you are now is because somehow your infinite true self has manifested it. Your perception towards three-dimensional things will change, and you will mostly remain uncritical or neutral in any situation related to your desired end, which means you are most likely to be in a better mental diet. Your ego mind or your conscious reasoning mind perceives only one possibility for which you are less aware of infinite other possibilities. This is something to be careful about. Our human limited mind sometimes, I should say most of the times, occupy the most of us, for which we can't keep enough faith to our infinite consciousness, which is our true self. All these infinite possibilities are like rooms in a house, and the house is like your infinite consciousness. Most importantly, you will realize things you experience may show lack from your three-dimensional view, but not from your true existence. Again, your true existence is infinite. So believe this truth blindly. Knowing all this, it should be a relief for you that any state can be chosen, and that can change your overall experience. A state is the collective body of beliefs, assumptions, thoughts, convictions, identifications, and automatic manifestations. If you know what you experience is state-driven, you can either remain in it or alter it. About a state, Neville said, "A state is simply an attitude of mind. You imagined yourself into your present state. If you don't like it, you must imagine yourself out of it and into another. It is all a matter of movement." If you truly believe that creation is finished and there are infinite states of all the creations that you can occupy, and then if you imagine yourself into the state of happiness, your state will change. All that is required from you here is to believe in this truth instead of worrying about circumstances, because circumstances of your life doesn't depend on anything else other than your own state of consciousness. So whatever the circumstance is, you can change a state by simply believing. Speaking about believing, Neville Goddard said, "To move into another state necessitates a change of beliefs. All that you could ever desire is already present and only waits to be matched by your beliefs." It is true. Through the power of your beliefs, you can change the state as well as the circumstances. Even while delivering my words to you here in this video, I feel like my state is changing, and I'm feeling like I have no reason to worry about circumstances. Speaking about circumstances, 𝐸𝐸, also known as Bashar, once said, "Circumstances don't matter, only the state of being matters." If you know that your state of consciousness creates your experience and know you can alter your state through the power of your beliefs, do you have any reason to worry about your circumstances? I don't think you really do. I guess I was able to make this clear to you. I would end this presentation with one life advice. Please live in the moment. Do not bring the past in your life judgmentally. Do not hurt yourself with the unpleasant past, and do not dwell or worry so much on the future. Rumi beautifully said it this way: "If you dwell on past or future, you will miss the moment." Do you know what is the moment here in this quote? The moment is the precious moment of presence. If you live in the present, believing that all creations, all states, and everything is within you at the very present moment, I don't think you would bother about past or even future. Cheers everyone. Feel free to ask if you have any question, and thanks for watching.